The Tapestry of Being. Dr. Amara Keyes lived in a house of whispers. Her face, a beautiful confluence of continents, reflected the artifacts she studied. Here, a Chinese Bagua mirror reflected the stern grace of a Gothic gargoyle. There, an Egyptian papyrus detailed the stars above the same river that nourished the roots of a potted baobab tree. She saw the threads connecting them all, the shared spirals, the reverence for the sun, but the grand pattern of the tapestry eluded her, leaving her with a profound sense of fragmentation. Her quest led her to the recurring language of numbers. The number 7, a cornerstone in the Bible's creation story, echoed in the 7 chakras of Ayurveda and the 7 heavens in Islamic tradition. The golden ratio, the divine proportion that shaped the Parthenon and Gothic cathedrals, was also present in the spiral of a nautilus shell on her desk, a silent testament to a universal blueprint. This universal language pushed her beyond dusty archives and into the living world of medicine. Her research uncovered the work of Dr. Ben Ease, a physician who blended modern diagnostics with the ancient healing arts of his Nigerian Yoruba heritage. His papers spoke of the body not as a machine, but as a dynamic energy system, a confluence of spirit and matter. The traditions don't contradict, they complement, Dr. Ease explained during their first meeting, his voice as calming as the herbal tea he served. The qi that flows through meridians in Chinese medicine is the same prana that flows through nadis in Ayurveda. My ancestors call it Ase. It is the universal life force, spoken in different tongues. He showed her how African traditional healers use herbs not just for their chemical compounds, but for their energetic signatures, their ASE. This one, he said, holding a sprig of bitter leaf, clears heat from the body. An acupuncturist would say it clears excess yang. An Ayurvedic practitioner would say it pacifies the Pitta dosha. The language differs, but the wisdom is one. A spark ignited in Amara's mind. Back in her study, she overlaid a map of the Chinese meridian system with a diagram of the Ayurvedic chakras. The major acupressure points aligned with the energy centers. She then added a chart of the central nervous system and saw how the ancient maps traced the body's primary electrical pathways. It was all one system, a sacred geometry of being. Guided by Dr. Ease, she began to practice this unified wisdom. Her mornings started not with coffee, but with a specific pranayama breathing to calm her vata energy, followed by an infusion of African moringa to nourish her blood. She learned to trace the meridians on her own body, feeling the subtle flow of qi, the hum of her own life force. One afternoon, while meditating on the Ankh, the Egyptian symbol of life, she felt a profound shift. The feeling of fragmentation that had haunted her dissolved, replaced by a deep, resonant wholeness. It was as if the whispers of her Chinese, African, and European ancestors were no longer separate voices, but a harmonious choir singing within her own cells. She and Ben began to weave these threads into a new discipline, one they called integrative resonance. It was a practice that used the sacred geometry of symbols, the energetic properties of plants, and the vibrational patterns of numbers from across all traditions to create personalized pathways to healing. It was a medicine that honored the whole person, body, mind, and the soul's unique ancestral tapestry. Amara stood in her garden, a vibrant ecosystem of plants from every continent. She no longer saw separate species, but a single, interconnected web of life. The universe wasn't a collection of disparate facts to be cataloged, but a living poem to be experienced. And she, a woman of all lands, was finally fluent in its language, her own being the living proof of its unifying truth.